Hello everyone, it's Quinn. How are you doing? Today's story is going to be about something that I don't really like talking about too much. Um, this is my very first encounter with demonic dark entities. Entities? Okay. I was in this Facebook group and the lady one of the ladies who was selling things in the group was a black witch, and she, I guess, conjured up different creatures or demons or whatever, and she put the spirit inside of a piece of jewelry or whatever. So, long story short, is I chose to purchase a hellhound. Now, a hellhound is supposedly a creature that lives in the pits of hell that looks similar to a large dog, big, fluffy hair, and it's supposed to be really, 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 I don't know, I really don't even know. You have to just Google it and research it yourself. But she was like, oh, this is a great protector. What I really wanted was something that I could have that would keep out other negative spirits. Because I was a new collector of spirited objects, spirited dolls, and I wanted something to help keep out the negativity. Well, why would you choose a hellhound? I have no idea why I chose that. Anyways, it was in a beautiful, beautiful, it was a black, like teardrop, I guess opal shape. Opal shape is not even a shape. I don't know, but it was shaped kind of like that, exactly like that. And so I went to the mall and I got a chain because all she sent was a pendant, and it was like $75, and it was black, and if you turn it, it would, like, speckles of silver would be on it. It was pretty. And so once it arrived, it was instructions on what I need to do to, I guess it was like a, what do you call it? I don't know. It was instructions for me on what I need to do to introduce myself to him and welcome him and to, I guess, get his powers going. And it was to it said sit into a completely dark room, but I wasn't about to do that. So I sat at my kitchen table. I cut the light out in the kitchen, but I had the light in the other room on so I could still see. Light the incense, and introduce yourself to him. And while the incense smoke is going up, you just put the little pendant through it. Just let the incense hit it. And I did feel something. It felt like weird. You could tell something was there. And so, I went with the flow. I put the pendant on the necklace, and so I wore it. And when I touched it, it was warm. It was always warm. And I was like, cool. So I posted a picture of it in my group. Excuse me, I'm drinking Whataburger. Drinking a drink from Whataburger. Anywho, I thought it was so cool that I had this. And so I told my mom about it, and she was like, I don't think you need to be having anything like that. And I told my best friend, and she was like, Quinn, have you lost your mind? Anyways, long story short, I was taking pictures outside, just taking selfies, and I caught a whole bunch of faces all around me. And it was 3 prominent faces, and the rest of them were very small that you couldn't really make out to tell what they were. So I was so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I caught a spirit here, or 2 or 3 or whatever. And so I posted it on this group. I was in a fortune teller group, I believe that's what it was. And I went to sleep that night, and I woke up that morning about 7 o'clock, and I had like 85 inboxes from this one woman. And I was like, first of all, who is this woman, and why is she inboxing me 85 times? And when I opened it up, she said, my first name, I need you to call me now. That was the first message. The second time was, please, I hope you get this message. Please get with me. And she kept on and kept on. Since I was asleep, she was in UK time, and I'm in the US time, so our time difference was off like 6 or 7 hours. So finally I read it. I read everything, and she was like, honey, I'm gonna need for you to get rid of that necklace that you have. And I was like, why would I get rid of this necklace? And she was like, those faces are 3 demons. And I was like, what are you talking about? See, that's making my whatever this is hurt. I don't like talking about the story. It kind of bothers me. Anyways, so I was like, let me make sure this woman is not crazy and have lost her mind. And I posted it, the picture of it, to my friend who is I trust, and she can tell when something's going on. And she told me, hey, you need to get rid of that now. This is how you're going to do it. I'm going to be praying with you to walk you through it. I text my other friend, told her what was going on. She was like, yeah, I can feel it trying to attach itself to you. And I was like, wait a minute, what have I done? So I took my daughter to school, came back home. She told me what I need to do is put it in some sea salt, put the necklace in put some sea salt in a Ziploc bag, put the pendant in there, and close it up. I was like, I don't have any sea salt. I said, well, all I have is table salt, iodine salt. I think it's called iodine salt, just regular salt. And so she said, well, that'll work for now, but you're going to transfer some sea salt in there later. So I did that, and she's like, you're going to need to bury this at sacred ground, or either at the northwest or some corner of the house. I said, no, I'm not having this on my property. I'm going to find sacred ground. What is sacred ground? She was like, either a church or a cemetery. I was like, okay. She was like, you need some sage. You need some, I needed sage. I needed oh my goodness, I should have remembered all this crap before I got on here. I needed this stone. I think it's a brown stone. It's a protecting stone. I'll have to link it down below if I remember. I needed that stone. I needed some, what else I needed? I needed a box to put it in so it wouldn't come out. And I needed some sea salt. Okay, so I left the Ziploc bag on my porch while I left. Damn, can't think of that stone. I can see it. It's a brown pretty stone. Well, I went to the Dollar Tree and got a box, one of those little bitty boxes. I went to the Christian store, got this, matter of fact, this oil right here. This was like $5.29. This is anointed oil. I keep this. She said, I'm going to need a Bible. I'm going to need a cross. So I went to the Dollar Tree, got a Bible, and next door to the Dollar Tree was a Christian store. I bought a wooden cross necklace and this oil right here. And so what I did, I needed sage. That's what I needed, sage. She said, put the stuff in the Ziploc bag inside of the box. Break off some of the sage, put it in there. Put those stones in there. She said I needed some dragon's blood, some liquid, but nowhere in town had that I knew of. And so when I went to the store, I was frantic, and the people there told me about a store that's here in town that sells that kind of stuff. I said, yeah, I've got something's going on. So she said, when you go home, what you're going to need to do is, before you open that door, you light the sage. No, wait a minute. I'm skipping something. Okay, what I did, I boxed it up. I left. I went to the church that was like a minute and a half down the street. And the church is on a major highway. And I said, I'm going to look very suspicious digging at this church. So I don't want them to call the police. So I left and went to a park. I was like, well, a park is not sacred ground. I don't want a kid to find it. So I left there and drove 15 minutes down the street to the cemetery. Got to the cemetery, realized I didn't have anything to dig with. So a minute down the street was this hardware store. Went in there, I brought a little bitty shovel, This was a wild day, guys. It lasted from 8 to 3. Okay, went to the cemetery, drove all the way to the back, and I got to digging, dug a hole that was deep enough so I could bury it so when it rained, it wouldn't come up for no reason. Got that down, everything. I even wrapped it up with some duct tape to make sure that it wouldn't come up, even if, I don't know. Anyways, she said, when you get home, I need you to have that cross in your hand. You have that Bible open. And she told me what scripture to have on it, to have open to read from. It was Psalm 91, I believe. And she said, when I get to that door, light that sage. And when you get there, you go straight to work. And she said, have no fear in your heart. That is your house. You're going to cleanse every single spot in that house. And we started from the top to the bottom, room for room. Left the door open, opened the window so that shit can go outside and go through the windows or the door, wherever it needs to go. And I commanded all the negativity, energy that was here to be gone, because this was my house and I was not going to have things ruined from me being stupid buying shit I had no business buying. Anyways, while I had it, I was feeling like I had suicidal thoughts. I was like, damn, I was wanting to go to the dark side. I was investigating the occult. I mean, I was just doing stuff that's not normal of me. And I was like, So, I don't suggest you buy anything like that knowingly, and don't have anybody conjure up anything, because you never know what can be going on. Now, I thought I was ordering, this sounds so crazy, a hellhound, but I wound up with 3 demons, and I got those out of here. And so when I was done, I went to go pick up my daughter from school, came home, and came back, and it was like the atmosphere had lifted. It was such a peaceful environment. And I mean, I was drained. All the energy in me was drained because I used all my energy to get this shit out the house. And I slept. I mean, I slept like a baby. I slept for like 3 or 4 hours. I woke up, and it was crazy. That was the craziest thing I've ever done. I was like, well, how do I know if I buy something that is not anything negative? But anywho, this is what I suggest. I don't have holy oil because I don't trust myself enough to make it myself, to bless it and make it be as potent as this. Now, I don't really go to church like I should, and I had a whole bottle of anointing oil, but I just chose to buy this because it was, I needed it. These are the things that I keep for my my stuff at home. Dragon's blood incense. I keep lavender incense, and I also keep sage incense. I keep frankincense, and what else do I keep? I keep a lot of the quartz stones. Keep those, and I'm still trying to remember that stone. It's bothering me because I see it. It's a pretty brown stone. But when I tell you, that was one of the scariest things that I've dealt with. And let me tell you this. My spouse does not believe in anything supernatural whatsoever. And when I came home and I was rushing and, trying to do all this, he was like, what are you doing? Can you sit down? I was like, no, I have something to do. This necklace, I brought some in the house, and I was just rambling. Blah, 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 blah. He was like, what? I was like, look, okay, I'm going to need you to go somewhere. When you see me pull up in the driveway, I need you to go. He does not like sage. He does not like the smell of incense or anything. I said, I'm going to need you to go, because when I come home, I'm going to work. And I will be honest and say, when I got out of my car, I felt afraid because I didn't know what was going to happen. Me, little old me, trying to get rid of things that don't belong here. The stories I have to tell y'all. Now, okay, that's the end of that story. And if you want to hear more stories, just comment below. I have different kind of experiences. That was the darkest experience I believe I've had. So if you want to hear more stories, let me know below. Thank you for listening. I don't edit because I'm trying to learn all that, but so I hope you enjoy it.